Screen recording.
Back to
Button.
play more Timecrest.
Double tap. We haven't. Check the night 5. Force. The plasma is known. The plasma is known. We haven't figured. The plasma is known to have deadly effects on one's body, human or not. This is why Elysians haven't traveled beyond our world. We haven't figured out how to get past the plasma without dying. Going by the apple courtyard. I feel a tingle. Ellipsis. But I'm happy to report the hooded man isn't here. There's something else I need to tell you. Ellipsis. The words are stuck in my throat. I guess it's hard to say this out loud. But I'm, ellipsis. I'm a human descendant, ellipsis. One moment. I need to catch my breath. Okay, ellipsis, I can run again. This is my first time saying this to anyone. I've never met my birth parents, but my adoptive parents told me that I'm part human. My adoptive parents don't have any human blood, but they took me in and raised me as their own. So not all Elysians hate humans. System message, Ash is waiting. Thank you for trusting me with this. 1 of 2 responses. This is a lot to unpack. 2 of 2. Thank you for trusting me with this. Yeah, it actually feels so good that you know. I can see why sometimes humans reveal their identity to the wrong people and end up getting themselves killed. Ellipsis. It's been really hard to hide a part of myself away all the time. To be honest, I can't say I wasn't scared when I found out my watch connected to the human world. Ellipsis. But I also felt so excited. Of course, it's also super awesome that you're a strong mage, but mostly it made me realize that I want to talk to a human. Not only that, I think this pocket watch belonged to my birth family. My parents told me that I just showed up on their doorstep one day as a baby. I had a note on me saying I was a human descendant, that my name is Ash, and the only other thing I had with me was this pocket watch. I love my adoptive parents
I would say something, but no.
very much, but I do feel like I'm missing a piece of myself without knowing my birth family. What were they like? Am I like them? Why did they give me away? Are they still alive? And, ellipsis, do they ever think about me? At this point, it hurts to hope, but still, ellipsis. I wanted to ask you if anyone has connected to you before me. System message, Ash's wait. No, you're the first. 1 of 3. If someone did, I don't remember it. 2. I don't want to raise your hopes, but whoever left you with your parents must know they are okay with human descendants, right? 3 of 3. I don't want to raise. Ellipsis. Wait a minute, ellipsis. You're right. My adoptive parents told me they didn't know who left me on their doorstep, but, ellipsis. Maybe the person knew my parents somehow. Maybe they are close by to my parents even today. I'll have to have a long conversation with my parents when I visit them to see if they can think of any more details, and find out more about their friends and their neighbors. Holy Muffy, this is so exciting to think about. Maybe there is a chance I'll find my birth family after all. Now, all I want to do is shout that you saved the world. People will have to start seeing humans differently when they find out what you've done. I'm going to make sure people find out somehow.
Thanks, Ash.
3 exclamation marks. I see a cloaked, hooded person in the distance. Could it be the hooded man? Has he been chasing me all this time? Why was I so cheap? I sure could use a teleport orb right about now, but this hooded man looks different.
You're not even cheap, you're rich.
He's not short or bulky, ellipsis. The hooded man said, Ash, hang on, it's a female voice. This hooded man is a hooded woman, and
I'm just like, she's saying this out loud and the person's like, what?
the voice sounds familiar. The hooded figure is lifting off her hood, ellipsis. I see, ellipsis, long golden brown hair, it's my friend. Yay, it's Princess Riley Valder. She's coming towards me now. Holy Muffy, the princess is so beautiful as usual. I wish you could meet her in person. Princess Riley has these super cool eyes that alternate between green and blue depending on the lighting. I think you'd really like her smile. I don't think there's anyone in this world that wouldn't.
So pretty.
And she always smells like flowers. But I guess the princess wasn't in the gardens after all. What do you know, ellipsis? I guess that strange pale girl I met was right about turning back. And I would have ignored her if it wasn't for you. System message, Ash is waiting. I told you I had a feeling. 1 of 4 response. How did you and Princess Riley become friends? Is the princess really beautiful? 3. Did you say her last name is Valder? Isn't Valder the empire that was destroyed by human technology? 4 of 4 response. How did you and response? I never thought I would make friends with a princess, that's for sure. But I was walking by the Timecrest gardens on a rainy day and I thought I heard someone call out my name. When I looked over, I saw Princess Riley. She looked cold, so I went over to lend her my cloak and we became friends. I never found out who called out my name. It couldn't have been the princess because we didn't know each other back then. I was probably just imagining things, or ellipsis. Maybe it was the rain because it wanted me to make a friend that day. Haha. Princess Riley stopped in front of me. She said, I'm happy to see you, Ash. She does look very happy to see me and kind of relieved too. Well, I'm happy to see her too. I'm telling her that I was actually on my way to the Timecrest gardens to find her. Princess Riley's eyes widened. She said, you were, ellipsis, looking for me, Ash? I'm nodding. I'm telling her that I have something super important to tell her, but first, I'm taking Princess Riley's hand. She said, Ash, I need to find a more private place to talk, ellipsis. Princess Riley said, Ash, where are we going? Okay, we're kneeling behind some bushes now.
Yay, hang out in the bush. Bush people, I guess.
I'm peeking out. We're alone. Princess Riley's face seems to be turning red for some reason. Princess Riley said, what are we doing behind these bushes? I'm telling her that I don't want people to overhear us and I'm hiding from someone, but it's kind of a long story so I'll tell her later. She's looking at my hand. Oh, I'm still holding onto her hand. I'm letting go. Princess Riley's face just got redder. She touched her face and said, "Ooh, Ash, why are you describing my expressions and such, ellipsis, and repeating everything I'm saying?" "Oh, that. I'll explain that later too, but right now we have bigger things to worry about." Princess Riley said, "Okay, ellipsis." Her voice sounds uneasy. "I'm telling the princess that the meteors are going to be unfrozen." Princess Riley blinked. She looked shocked. "I'm telling her this must be hard to believe, but to trust me on this one, please." Princess Riley shook her head. She said, No, Ash, I believe you." "Really? Awesome. That was easier than I thought." The princess said, "I'm just shocked you know about the meteors too. I thought I was the only one." "Huh? Wait, ellipsis, ellipsis, minute. The princess knows about the meteors too." Princess Riley nodded. She said, "Yes, ellipsis, I saw meteors in our world. I couldn't believe my eyes." She said, "That's why I was looking for you. I wanted to make sure that you were okay." "Ah, ellipsis, she's such a good friend." Princess Riley is looking up at the meteors in our skies. The princess wrapped her arms around herself and said, "It must have just been a bad dream, right? I'm telling her it's real and the meteors will be unfrozen." Princess Riley is looking intently at me. She swallowed hard and said, "But it couldn't have been real because, ellipsis, well, you're going to think I'm crazy, Ash, ellipsis." I'm telling Princess Riley that she's my friend and I'll never think she's crazy. Princess Riley paused. She smiled and said, "Thanks, Ash, ellipsis." Princess Riley said, "And, ellipsis, you don't need to call me princess anymore, remember?" "Right,
love
ellipsis,
Riley's
I remember.
music.
Since the Valdorian Empire was destroyed, Princess Riley, ellipsis, Riley told me she's no longer a princess. I'm asking her what she was going to tell me. Does she remember something else about the meteors?" Riley took a deep breath and said, "Well, I think, ellipsis, I think someone turned back time when the meteors were unfrozen." Riley said, "I saw the meteors coming down and then, ellipsis, something happened, ellipsis, and the next thing I knew, I was back in time." She said, "I believe that's how we survive the meteors." She said, "But Luther only has the power to freeze time. There is no mage who can turn back time." Riley swallowed hard and said, "So it had to be a dream because, otherwise, we should all be, ellipsis, dead." Oh boy. I'm telling Riley that she's not crazy and time was reversed. Riley looks confused. She said, "How do you know, Ash?" She touched her lips with one finger and said, "And how did you know about the meteors?" I'm showing her my pocket watch. I'm telling her that I've connected to the human world and I'm speaking with a powerful mage with the power to turn back time. I'm telling Riley that it was you who saved us from the meteors, and you're the one that told me about the meteors too. Riley said, "So there's a human who can use magic. Not just any magic, but time magic, ellipsis." "Yup," Riley said, "and this magic can affect our world, ellipsis." "That's right." Riley swallowed hard. She looked stunned. System message, Ash is waiting. Please tell Riley that it's a pleasure to meet her. One of 4 responses. Button. Hey, Ash, speech off.